couple of heart ponytail styles, and the basic idea for this I saw on an Instagram account, and I will have that linked below. And then we're going to do a couple of variations of it. So for the first one, I've just made a standard ponytail, and then I'm going to grab a small strand of hair here underneath the ponytail. And then I'm going to take this small strand of hair and place it into the top of a topsy tail. We just found ours online. I would look on Amazon or eBay if you don't have one, and they're pretty inexpensive. And then I'm going to stick the end of this up underneath that ponytail, and then just pull this hair right up through the top. Now I'm going to spray this hair down with a little bit of water so that we don't have flyaways, and then I'm going to split this in half and braid it. You can do any type of braid you want here. I'm just going to do a regular 3-strand braid. This is also cute with a twist braid or a fishtail braid. You don't need to braid this all the way down. You'll just want to kind of hold it out and form the heart shape and see how big you want it. I'm going to leave ours about right there. I probably braided 5 or 6 inches. And then I'm going to temporarily tie this off and then just do the same thing with the other strand of hair that I left out. Okay, now that I have both of those braids made, I'm going to bring them down underneath the ponytail and just tie them together underneath here with a clear rubber band. Okay, now at this point, if your hair is thick enough, it's going to stay in this heart shape just by itself. Hers is a little on the thinner side, and so what I'm going to do is just take this rubber band and push it up so that the heart is in the shape I want it, and then I'm going to tie it to a little piece of her hair underneath here that's in the ponytail. Okay, here's hairstyle number 1. This one is super cute and it only takes a couple minutes. Okay, for this next variation, you're going to start this the same way, but before you pull this hair through with the topsy tail, I'm going to add a ribbon just to this elastic. So I'm just pulling out a strand of that elastic and then pulling the ribbon through. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and grab this strand of hair again and add it into the ribbon and then pull all of this through with the topsy tail. So again, I'm going to split this hair in half. And then we're going to do a braid on each side, and I'm going to use 1 strand of this ribbon on each side of that braid. I'm going to be making a 4-strand braid, and one of the strands is going to be the piece of ribbon. So the way I'm going to position this, I'm going to have 2 strands of hair here on the left, and then the ribbon is going to go in that 3rd position, and then the last strand of hair on the right. I'm going to start on this left side, and I'm going to bring this outermost left strand over the strand it is sitting next to, and then under the ribbon. And then on the right side, I'm going to bring this strand here on the right, under the strand it is sitting next to, and then over the ribbon. And I'm just going to repeat that pattern all the way down. So I'll show you again. On the left, I'm going over and under. And then on the right, I'm going under and over. And I'm making this braid kind of loose. You don't want it super tight. Okay, now this next part is up to you. You can either leave the braid just like this and then form it into a heart the same way we did before, or you can make a slide up braid. And I don't usually like doing those very much because it seems to damage her hair, but if you use a piece of ribbon as the strand you're sliding on, it doesn't damage the hair as much because it's not rubbing together. You want to use a piece of ribbon that's smooth, and this should work really easily. So you just want to take the ribbon and then grab the other pieces of hair in your hand and then just push it up. I'm pushing it up to the very top, and then I'm going to kind of spread it out so that it's not so tight. Just spread it out evenly, as tight or as loose as you want it, and then you can form it into a heart. I'm just going to tie off this side real fast and then do the exact same thing on the other side, and then we'll form it into the heart shape. Okay, I went ahead and braided this other side, and again I'm just going to take these underneath here, join them together with an elastic, and then if you need to hold this up like hers, just add it with a piece of hair like we did before. problems with it sagging down more than you want it to, you can take a couple of bobby pins and just slide it right underneath the braid, and that will hold it into place. But that is a variation number 2. Okay, for this last variation, I left out a piece of hair on both sides before I put the ponytail in, and then I just went ahead and pulled the piece through from the bottom, just like we have the other times. So I'm going to split this in half and start a braid on each side, and as I'm braiding, I'm going to be bringing in this hair from the front, and we're going to shape it into a heart shape. I am going to get her hair wet before I do this, so that it will go in smoothly. So I'm splitting this section into 3, and we're going to be making a lace braid. So I'm going to be bringing in this hair from the front, but I'm not adding any hair to the back of the braid. So these first couple sections that I'm bringing in, I'm going to be holding the braid kind of up towards the top of her head so that it forms the top of the heart. Now that I kind of have that first little arch formed, I'm going to start coming down at an angle this way, and then I'll come in towards the bottom. So now that I've added in all of that hair that I left out here in the front, I'm just going to continue braiding normally a few times. And I'm going to go ahead and tie that off and do the same thing to the other side. As you're braiding this other side, you'll just kind of want to look at this braid as you're going and try to get it symmetrical so that the heart looks the same on both sides. Okay, I have both sides braided. Now I'm just going to bring them together here in the back and tie them together the same way we did the other braids. Now with this one, I have had some trouble with it sagging a little bit and not staying in a shape. So what I usually do is just hold it up like this, and then slide a bobby pin right there where those braids meet the ponytail. Okay, that's the last variation. With this one, we usually add a ribbon right here at the elastic just to finish it off a little bit. But that is the finished style.